Hello everyone, it is Demon Walker here, and today I'm going to be unboxing the NS1M14 Goddess Story box. I'm a bit excited for this one because it's got like Panty and Stocking, Teto, Hollow from Spice and Wolf, Kawaii Angel from that one video game, and just kind of a bunch of other cool characters all over it. So I'm hoping I get some cool cards out of this one. And then on the back, we've got all the different rarities, SER, GR, SSR, SR, CR, and R. So hopefully we'll get some good pulls in this one today. I'd already pulled off the shrink wrap due to some issues, so you don't get to see me pull that one off. Alright, this is one of the bigger sets with 30 packs to the box. I think roughly 5 cards per pack, so we'll see a lot of dupes in this. But hopefully good dupes. Alright, and off the bat, I have no idea who this one is. I'm going to assume Love Live. It doesn't tell me, so I will assume as such. And this one is definitely a dupe. I think I pulled her in one of the previous Goddess Story boxes from Kaguya-sama Love is War. Yeah, she's from the NS13. Alright, and this, I believe, is some VTuber girl. Pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. I don't know this character. No information on her on the back that I can tell. She's pretty cute, though. This one looks like she should be from Pretty Derby. I think this is Daikatos or whatever. I definitely know she's from Pretty Derby because I've seen her character a couple times, yeah. But I don't think she's in the global release yet, so I don't know her name off the top of my head. Alright, and the SR is some sort of animal-eared girl with a sword. The ears themselves are making me think of Utawaro, but I don't think that's where she's from. But I haven't played all of the Utawaro, I've only played the first one so far. Alright. Not a bad first pack. Let's see how that goes. Alright, and Kotori from Data Live. I definitely have this card. It is a dupe for me. Dupe from an older set. But it is a nice card. I like Kotori. She's one of the better Data Live characters in my opinion. Alright, and a CR. I am not sure who this lady is. Pretty red dress. Weird little blue hat. No recognizable info on the back. And this seems like this should be another Pretty Derby character, but I have not seen her even as a support card role, so she's probably not within global yet in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, Pretty Derby character, so she's in the JP release or Taiwan release so far, but not made it to global. Alright, and another CR of some purple-haired girl. I, again, don't know who she is. I guess not bad art design. Love Life, that explains a lot. I have only watched like one season of Love Life. Alright, and the SR. That lady looks like she has a needle or a vial or a pen. Not sure what that's supposed to be. Kind of got the checkerboard racing ribbons and art style, so maybe she's a racing character of sorts. 1999. So I think this might be from a clamp work then. I do know there is a clamp work that I had a few manga for that was called something like R 1999. I never got very far in it, just due to lack of interest, lack of being able to find the novels. But maybe that's where she's from, and if that's the case, that's pretty neat. I haven't really seen much in terms of clamp art in these yet. Like, I know some packs have, like, Cardcaptor Sakura, but that's pretty much it. Alright, duplicate. I believe this is, like, Angel Lives Next Door, Spoils Me Rotten, something like that. And that's from the previous set. And then we gotta have a rem. Every set's gotta have a rem somewhere. At least it's a very good rem. Alright. And from ReZero. And I'm not sure who this waitress is. She's eating some dango. It looks like it has a lot of dango themes on her outfit. And card design. Pretty neat kimono. Love Live. Or Love Live. That. Yep, checks out. Alright, and Taiga from Toradora. So I've got like 2 or 3 copies of this card already, but Taiga's a wonderful girl. This is from an older set, I know. And then for the rare in the pack, it is an SSR. So I'm pretty sure I opened this up as a single in an individual pack, so that pretty sure this is a dupe. But it is a pretty cool card. Crow gold foiling on there with a couple feathers. And she's got kind of an angel-y vibe to her despite that. So honestly, she's pretty cool, pretty good looking card right there. Regardless of it being a dupe or not, like that's awesome. Alright, pack 4. Got a dupe of Rim already. And I don't know who this lady is. Honestly, she's kind of boring. She's got a nice ribbon in her hair, but the rest of her outfit doesn't really scream anything to me. She's got kind of a modern background. Fate. So she is some random boring fate servant. That explains a lot. Alright, and Kizune, or Kizune, however her name is pronounced, one of the first VTubers. I never watched anything with her, so I don't know anything about her. I also know this is a dupe card from an older set. Yeah, AI channel. I mean, she's neat. Alright, and these are the types of cards we're always looking for. This is an older duplicate Yomu for me, but always want more Toho project. Never enough Toho. Unfortunately, you know, dupes are kind of lame, but this is a pretty cool artwork. And yeah, older set. And then as for the SR, this chick from Blue Archive. I don't know what's with the smile. That smile looks kind of creepy. Like, I feel like that smile should not be that wide for that face. Like, just bring that corner in just a little bit of a smidgen. Oh. Alright, pack 5. I know I usually take too long in these, just because I keep talking and rambling. So hopefully I don't take too long today. Alright, I'm gonna guess this is a Love Live character. Just because it's a very generic cutesy anime girl in a schoolgirl outfit that I don't recognize. And it is not. I have been proven wrong. Alright, and Kurisu from Steins Gate, or Christina, as Okabe calls her, doing a very silly pose. I'm glad that she matches his energy very well. I do have dupes of her. She's an older set card again. But, you know, not bad. And I'm not sure who this lady is. I'm fairly certain this is also an older set dupe. Another generic schoolgirl outfit, so hard to tell. It's from whatever that series is that says feature in it. Alright, and we got a rocker girl. I've seen this card before. I've seen this girl like once or twice. I don't know if I have this card or not, so this might be from the set. But she's pretty cool. I like the rock animes a lot. They're usually kind of easy to just put on in the background and forget about. VSPO. Don't know what that is, so I've never seen it. But that's neat. Alright, and then for the SSR of this pack, we have some neat lady holding a weapon of sorts. I can't quite tell what that weapon is. I don't know if the gold foiling is supposed to be the example of it, in which case it looks like some really fancy sword combo. If I had to guess, she's from something like Nikkei or Girls Frontline or something like that, or maybe like a Ship Girl game. Fate Grand Order. I clearly need to get back into Fate Grand Order. Oh, and on the back, I don't know how well my camera will pick it up, but there is kind of an engraving of flowers on there, which is pretty neat. That's not a bad card design. The SSRs from Goddess Story are always so great in their art. And then you look at all the lower rarities, and some of them are pretty good, and then others are not very fancy. Alright, I know this is a Love Live character. I recognize that look. I don't know who this lady is, but I know she's Love Live. And I have been proven right. I don't know. Generic blonde Love Live character. Not much to say. And we got this girl. I think she's from Fate. I kind of got her mistaken for Kotori at one point, because this is a dupe card for me. But I like the artwork. Pretty good long-haired, red-haired girl. I don't think they do enough characters where their hair is like super long and goes all the way almost down to their ankles. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, she's from the last set, I believe. Alright, and so this is one of the cards I was hoping I would get. Hello from Spice and Wolf. So, one of my buddies got me into this series, and while I'd known about it for a while, he was the one that really got me to sit down and watch it, and then sit down and read the light novels. So, I'm glad I got this. He is going to be getting the first copy of this card, because he loves Spice and Wolf more than I do. I'm very happy with this pull. Hopefully I get a second one, because I also like Holo quite a bit. But yeah, that's a great pull right there. One of the main reasons I wanted this box. And let's not forget to show off that backing. And my ceiling light does not like cooperating. Likes to show that nice little reflection. Alright, and here is that dupe again. And then in the same pack, we got another one of the box art girls, Panty from Panty and Stocking. She is just a generic blonde-haired beauty angel chick, but the fact that they use one of her more detailed fancy arts is kind of neat. I haven't seen any that use the actual art from the show, which is that more cartoony look yet. But that's honestly, it's all good. The fact that there's painting and stocking stuff still, and that they even came out with Season 2 is awesome. Not that I've watched any of it yet. I need to get on that. But that's what happens when they lock it behind a service like Amazon Prime that I don't like to pay for. Alright, and I already no longer know what pack number we're on. But, start off with a generic pink-haired girl with a fancy hat. I'm not entirely sure who she is, but she's got a neat outfit. Pretty cute. And no identifying feature other than feet. And another Love Live character. I have a feeling that this box is going to have a lot of Love Lives in the rares, and they're all going to be wearing the idol outfits. Kind of a generic blue-haired girl. I don't know why God of Story really likes to push Love Live, because there's Love Live characters in just about every box. Alright, and this girl is reaching out to give you a hug. I guess she's trying to heal you. I don't know who she is. I'm going to say Love Live as well, because the weird little hat on the head and the kind of fancy outfit kind of screams Love Live to me. And I am right. Alright, and we got some Lucky Star representation. I believe this is another reprint from a previous pack. Konata? No, Konata is the blue-haired chick. I don't remember this lady's name. It hasn't been that long since I rewatched Lucky Star, but I'm really bad with names. And let's be real, Konata is the only character that matters in Lucky Star. And the SCR is a blue-haired chick with a ribbon in the style of bunny ears. Sort of. Pretty cute girl. She's got a little choker on her. I like this art design. I don't know who she is. Oh, a HoloLive VTuber. So I feel like I say I like the designs of HoloLive characters a lot, and that's because they are designed to look cute. And then you just kind of look at it and you're like, yeah, I'd watch an anime with that girl. Oh, it's a streamer. And I just can't get behind most streamers. There's some that are okay, like Mori Calliope, Haruhi Melikani, main character, don't remember her name. This is a dupe for me, dupe from a past set. But yeah, like most of the HoloLive characters are just, they exist. They're cute, and that's it. Nice little Love Live character. I feel like she's a main character of sorts, but I don't know. Alright, and we got a dupe of my Yomu. And this is a pretty neat, like, gothic design. There's not enough characters that do the gothic lolly, or just gothic in general, artwork in anime anymore. I feel like with, especially like a lot of older shoujos, you saw a lot more of it, and now we just don't see it as often. I don't know who this lady is, but I love her outfit. She can be a generic blonde-haired beauty all she wants. This is a really good art piece right there. Nisi Sanji, okay. There's my point. It's another VTuber. VTubers know how to make good art designs. They may be absolutely batshit insane, but they're pretty on their VTuber designs. And generic purple-haired beauty. I don't know who this one is at all. I don't know how her sweater is actually staying on. Especially, like, this sleeve, it looks like it's not connected. I'm certain it's connected behind the back over here, because you can see part of the rest of it. But that's an interesting design. And here's an example of a lesser quality Hololive character. I'm sorry to whoever you are, but I don't like this particular avatar of yours as much. Looked kind of like a succubus, but so did the other one. Alright, and we got a new Toho character, Sakuya Izuyoi. I don't actually like this artwork very much, though. So, her knives look like toys, and she looks so derpy. I don't know who did this artwork. Maybe it was stolen from a kid who played Toho Project. But I like my Sakuya looking very real and like she's gonna kick your butt. And then her derpiness is just in her mind of her just, feeding her mistress tea made with random leaves found around their yard. She looks like she should be an elegant maid and then just does silly things because she can. Not look silly and also does silly things. But it's a Toho card. That's fine. And then this is a dupe of a schoolgirl that I've pulled in a previous pack. It seems like this one only has dupes from 1M13, which is nice at least. I'm not getting dupes from like 3 or 4 packs. Here is probably another Love Live character, although it looks like she does have some chest armor on her for some reason. I guess that's a part of her idol outfit. Redive. That would explain it, so it's not Love Live. It's Redive. So it's a gacha game character that I just don't remember. Alright, and I don't know who this lady is, but she's got a monster. I've pulled this card a few times. This is definitely from a previous set. Honestly, I think I have way too many of her. Not awful, but she's not all that interesting. And I know this is a VTuber of sorts. I recognize the avatar. I think this is the Lolly VTuber that was like really popular on TikTok for a while for some sort of lolly bait song. But I'm not entirely sure. Like, you can kind of see in the background, she's got school supplies and stuff like that. I think her avatar is supposed to be of like an elementary school student. And yeah, VTuber. I don't know. That's okay. Alright. Now I've found I prefer having both my hands on the screen. I can hold these cards better. I don't know who this character is. Dual colored hair, pink and blonde is neat. I'm going to go out on a limb and say a VTuber of sorts, because I kind of feel like Love Live doesn't really do the two-tone hair, but it's more of a more recent thing. And that outfit does look like it's supposed to grab attention. Also, not all the characters use the little snaggletooth. Pretty cool. Yep, Hololive character. I don't know, not a bad design. Now, this one looks more like Love Live. And this girl also has big forehead syndrome, I believe. The outfit's okay. I don't know, the girl's not all that cute looking to me. Which, I have no idea who she's from. She's not Love Live. Probably some other idol anime. And this is definitely an idol anime character. She's even got her microphone. Like, clearly she must be, like, singing, dancing, something along those lines. Nice redhead. Nishi Sanji. Well, a VTuber is basically like an idol. So close enough. Alright, and dupe of the younger sister from Kaguya-sama Love is War. pulled from a previous set. Well, her time in the spotlight's gone. Which is fine. This chick is much more interesting. She's got ribbons, butterflies, a dove or pigeon, a little tiara. Honestly, this is a pretty beautiful card. Again, it's the SSR, so these are usually really good looking. It all looks really good from SSR on up. And Nishi Sanji. So this set seems to be very heavy on the VTubers. Which isn't an awful thing. But it does mean I don't know as much. Now if we pull like Mori Calliope or Gargura, that'll be different. Alright, dupe Rem, dupe of this lady, dupe of Taiga, dupe of the pretty derby girl I don't know, and Ami from Hollow Myth, I believe. She is one of the few in Hollow Myth I'm not super familiar with. Assuming this is the character I'm thinking of. Okay, camera, stop. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is Ame, or however her name is pronounced. She is the detective one, I believe. The only one out of that generation that is, like, a normal person. I don't know how normal of a person she actually is, because I haven't seen any of her stuff. I've seen a couple memes with her, and I know she somewhat retired or graduated or something. But I don't know the exact situation on that one. Alright, we got a dupe of this chick. Dupe, dupe, dupe. And another idol character. She's got a pretty interesting microphone. This almost looks like it should be from, like, AKB48 or something. But I'm not entirely certain on that. Well, I don't see numbers, so I must be wrong. I don't know. That is a mystery. These idol characters are not really grabbing me as much as I thought they would. They have some cool designs, but, like, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't help when half of these characters are dupes of Love Live, and this one is what? Dungeon Meshi, I believe is the name. I tried reading the manga for this long before the anime had been announced, long before this became popular, and I could not get interested in this show. Or in the manga. I don't know if it was the characters or what, but I don't know. I don't care for this girl. I don't care for the show. It can all just kind of rot. All right, and dupe, and another Love Live character. I'm pretty sure with a nice white outfit. Two-tone ribbons. I don't know. She's Hollow Live. Okay. Yeah, that she doesn't matter. I can't do anything with her. Alright, but this one is cool. So, Ruka from Heaven Burns Red. So, this is one of those gacha games that I really enjoyed playing for a while. It actually has some pretty interesting gameplay to it. And the story is made by Key. And everything Key does is just amazing story-wise. I kind of fell off on playing this because it's a huge time investment. And I just could not keep up with the time investment. But it's a fun game, and I love this character. She's got all the main character energy. She likes to do silly things. And then she just kind of buckles down when she needs to and gets the job done. All with a music flair. Very, very nice pull. Very good artwork. I think we're about halfway through this box by now. I don't know. Dupe Sakuya, dupe of this one, dupe of this one, dupe of this one. And I do not know who this Ice Queen is. I say Ice Queen because she looks like she would just kill you for looking at her funny. And her sword also kind of looks like it has an icy effect on it. And no information I can discern on the back. Right, and so I don't know who this is, but based off the fact that there is a cat in the background, and that she is a very cute Oni girl, I want to go out and find this anime and watch it. This is how I developed a large backlog of stuff I haven't watched, is I see a cute anime girl, and I instantly go and find the anime and watch it. And then the other anime that I've been wanting to watch for even longer just kind of gets sidelined longer and longer. Oh, it's Hololive. Well, that solves this issue. There's no anime I can watch. Whoever this Hololive VTuber is, you have a cute avatar. Good job. Dupe of Katori. Alright, so I have a dupe of this character, and her anime is the Pavilion of something or other, but I did not realize that she is somehow within the Love Live universe. It is a very musical anime. The anime itself wasn't amazing, but I pulled this card in one of my early packs, and I'm like, oh, hey, I know this character, I just watched her anime. And then I immediately look at the back and I'm like, Love Live Sunshine? What? I didn't watch this from Love Live. So I had to do research to see if I could figure out why the heck these cards kept saying Love Live on them. And then I realized, oh, it's somehow like an adjacent universe. I still don't understand exactly how that came out, but, you know, pretty neat. Just pulling 2 cards at once, but that's fine as a dupe. And it is this lady from Inspector. I like this anime, but this character is she's the clingy girlfriend that you don't really want. She's kind of cute, but she's a little too sure of herself in ways that I don't care for. And she just kind of tells everybody that she's the protagonist's girlfriend, despite him constantly saying no, and him not really having any interest in her whatsoever. And maybe he does, and I'm just not reading it. I know they're definitely trying to ship them, but I feel like she hasn't just gotten a message that she's supposed to. Let's see. I've gotten a few copies of her, but that's a new artwork at least, and in a new rarity. Alright, so I'm going to call this as a Hololive or VTuber of sorts, because it is a generic cat girl. I would say she has my vote, but she's a little too generic of a cat girl. Like, her outfit's kind of basic. Just like a dress with a hoodie on, it looks like, and she's not even wearing it fully. And her design is kind of basic as well, so I don't know. She loses points. She's from something that says over 3, I believe. I don't know. Not cute enough to immediately go and search it out and binge watch whatever she's from. Dupes. This one looks almost like a gacha game character. I don't know what game she would be from. I don't know. She's kind of generic looking as well. She does have nice long hair, but there's nothing that screams at me other than her weird gloves that only cover half of her hand. No idea what series she's from, so oh well. Alright, going at this too long really dries out your throat, especially when you're already dehydrated. Alright, and dupe love live character. Dupe. And Koishi from Toho Project. So as of 2025, she is apparently the #1 most popular girl, and I am almost positive that is because everybody unconsciously voted for her without realizing that she's not the best girl. She is a very cute girl, but I don't care for her that much. Out of Subterranean Animism, Toho 11, where she debuted, Oku is #1, Rin would be #2, Parse would be #3, and then I'd probably put her sister, Satori, at #4, and then Yugi at #5, and finally Koishi at #6. We don't care about Kasume or Yamame all that much, but I guess if I had to put them in, Yamame would be the next highest. So, always glad to get more Toho characters. But, I don't know. Koishi Komeiji is like, eh. It doesn't help that her and her sister's tracks I've heard so many remixes of, and I don't really think that they do enough creative stuff with their remixes to warrant wanting to listen to them. But that's just me. Dupes. And a new SSR. Very musically and kind lady. A nice hat. Nice jewelry. I don't know what to say on this character. This is probably my least favorite SSR of the pack so far. It has a lot of nice gold foiling on it, but I don't know what the gold foiling is for. I don't know who this lady is enough to care. I don't know. It's an SSR at least. Haven't seen an SER yet, the highest rarity. There's only 3 of them in this box, it looks like, so I might not even get one. Alright, a new CR card. This looks like a kind of pink colored maid outfit. The girl itself is just generic blonde-haired beauty, so I don't know who she would be. And no description for the anime, so I can't really say anything on her other than she's okay. Alright, dupe. I feel like I've gotten this card before. I don't know if I got it as a CR. I think I got a R copy of it from a previous pack. Neat sword. Neat outfit. That's the thing about Goddess Story, is they do reuse the art. You'll see it at one rarity, typically R, and then you'll see it in another rarity of CR in a later pack. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened here. Right, and I don't remember her name, but this is from Violet Evergarden, I believe is the anime. It was a Netflix series. I really liked it. She's got those fancy missing hands covered by her gloves. She's just typing away all day, every day. I can't really do this anime justice without really spoiling it, and it's also been a while since I watched it, but it's a very nice watch. If you have Netflix, you should just watch it, which I know everybody but me has Netflix. So, go ahead and watch it. Very nice SR. That's probably the best SR of the pack I've gotten. Or SR of the box, I should say. I didn't sleep much last night, so my brain is not functioning. Alright, I think this is a dupe Love Live character. Dupe. And we get MASH from Fate Grand Order. I'm pretty sure I've got this artwork already, but it's always neat to get MASH and other Fate characters too. Oh. SSS Gridman. So this just looks like MASH. So let this be a lesson of characters start looking like other characters after a certain point. And if they're not wearing their usual outfit, it can be really hard to tell. I've seen MASH in artwork without her glasses, and this just kind of looks like her. I also have no idea what SSS Gridman is, so I guess I'm the full on this one. Alright, and I know this is from Blue Archive. I don't know who this Lolly is, but I do know it is a Lolly character. She's got a funny little ahoge. It's not the longest ahoge. And for those of you who do not know what ahoge means, it is this weird hair that is just sticking up in a curl. So, there's some knowledge for you that you never wished you knew. Blue Archive is that series with a lot of lollies. So, it's hard for me to really say anything on it. Partially because I've had no interest in playing the game, and partially because I think because of the lollies, you can't really get to the anime, or at least you couldn't when it was airing, very easily in America. I tried watching it, but I just couldn't find any episodes past episode 2. Or past episode 1, really. So this chick is eating some taiyaki. I think that's what that one is, the fish pastry. Takoyaki is the octopus balls, I believe. So yeah, taiyaki. I've had some fake taiyaki before, and they're pretty good. I don't know who this girl is, though. I've gotten dupes of her. She's from one of the older packs. I'll have to sort through these at some point, but it doesn't matter for this. And this is the Bug Gym Leader from Pokemon Scarlet Violet. So I have another artwork of her from Goddess Story, and this is a much better artwork. That said, I don't really care for this Gym Leader. She does have the pastry baking archetype, which I love baking, but she's just not an amazing character, and the bug type is just such a crappy type in Pokemon in general. And then she uses a Teddiursa as her signature Pokemon, and I thought that whole thing of having a signature Pokemon that isn't the type that you specialize in is weird. Alright, and as for the SR, we got Kawaii Angel from whatever that name of the game is. I could probably look it up within seconds, being next to my computer. And, in fact, let's do that. It is Needy Streamer Overload. So if you ever want to play a game that has a lot of cute stuff, but then has some really, really distressing topics like suicide, self-harm, stuff like that, go for it. It's a pretty neat game. I've gotten a couple endings. But if you don't like that type of stuff, don't touch it. I like the game. I like this character. It's just kind of hard to motivate myself to go through. But that's a very neat artwork. I think one of these cards got upside down somehow. I don't know who this lady is, but she's got Mickey Mouse ears. Or Minnie Mouse ears, because she's got the bow. Did she just get back from Disneyland, or is enjoying her time at Disneyland? I don't know. I've never been. And I don't know who this lady is. Alright, and Maureen from Dress Up Darling. This is probably one of the crappier arts I've seen of her, but it is a CR rarity. These usually don't have amazing art. We're almost at the end of the season as of time of this recording, which is going to be several months away from when this actually airs. But we'll probably get one more season out of this show based off where we're at. Not bad. It's one of the less sexualized ones, I suppose. Alright, and the weird card that was upside down is a GR card. So I know some previous boxes that I've gotten had 2 GRs per box. So hopefully I'll get one more. I don't know how much I care for the GRs though. So it does that thing where they've got the image and then they put another image within itself. And I just don't understand why. It is a neat artwork. I don't know who this lady is and why she's got the two-tone hair. I'm gonna guess some sort of VTuber, because that's what VTubers like to do to make themselves stand out. But this is a pretty cool card otherwise. VSPO. I don't know what VSPO is, so I can't say anything about it. Is that a VTuber thing? Is that an anime? It's another one of those things I might look up afterwards. Alright, and dupe of this lady. Dupes galore. Alright, and I believe this is a VTuber of sorts. I recognize the artwork. I don't know her name. But honestly, this is a pretty cool, at least artwork on the card. I don't remember her actual avatar being as interesting, but I also don't watch her streams to the point where I don't know her name. I just know that I've seen other streamers with her in the stream before. Yeah, Hololive. I was gonna say it was Nishi Sanji or whatever. Pretty neat. We are near the end. I've only got like 3 packs after this. And we're still getting a couple new rares out of this, or new R cards. I don't know who this lolly is. I don't know why she has a fan. But whenever I see that fan, it means one of 2 things. They're overheating, or more importantly, they're probably a tactical genius. Or at least pretending to be one. So I expect this lady to be some sort of mastermind that is scheming in the background of whatever series she is, orchestrating these weird plots, or maybe even commanding armies. How successful she is irrelevant, but she's got the fan, which means she is a commander of sorts. I don't know the anime, but it's got an exclamation point. Alright, Nagatoro. This is a dupe from a previous set. I don't know if I pulled this on camera or not. I like the Nagatoro series, but I don't really care for the characters themselves. I just kind of like it because it's a silly, like, rom-com. I'm kind of glad that it got a neat ending. It's one of the ones that I was able to read while it was going on. Hopefully we'll get the anime ending at some point, but that'll probably be another 10 years at the rate they like to go on this. Lots of dupes, and this looks like another VTuber. I kind of like the outfit. It's got a nice like plaid-ish look to it. Although everything underneath the SR marking looks a little weird. I mean, I don't think I'd watch her streams, but you did a good job at least making a neat looking avatar. Alright, and we are in dupe land. Pretty sure this is a dupe CR. This is a new CR. Very generic looking girl. I can't really say anything on her. I don't know who she is. I don't know what she's from. Yeah, she's just a bland girl. Dupe. Alright, and what? Tatsumaki from One Punch Man or whatever her name is, the Storm Girl. So, I don't know if she's actually a lolly. I've only seen the, like, comparison artworks of her and, Saitama, I think is his name. And he usually, like, towers over her. But that could just be because Saitama is a giant. I'm going to assume that she is just a lolly. But I don't know. It does look like she is not wearing any pants on this. Which I don't know if that's her usual art, but it looks like right there, that's just skin. So her dress parts, and then you almost get a proper shot. She's not even wearing panties. Like, what are you doing? I guess she's trying to flash Saitama. For all of my understanding of One Punch Man, which is to say, none. She's okay. If I were to watch One Punch Man, it would purely be because I want to see anything relating to her. But I do not care about her enough to try and do so. Alright, we got a dupe. We got a dupe. We got a dupe. We got a dupe. And then, for some reason, my other GR was also upside down. But we got one of the best Janubios, however the word is pronounced. So I'm very satisfied with this graded rare, or GR. I'm just... I think the human mind is you see letters and you try and attribute them to words. So I see GR and I instantly think graded rare. Just like R is rare, SR is secret rare, and SSR is like super secret rare. I have not figured out what CR is or SCR is. I guess like crappy rare and super crappy rare. I don't know. I do know some sets use, including Goddess Story, have like NTR rare, which means exactly what you think it means. And then there's other sets that use CP rarity, and I'm always worried when I see that rarity type. Alright, more dupes. Some of these feel a little thick. Oh, and here we go. I don't know who this is, but she is a pretty cool looking art style. So I like my animal girls. I like the characters that like to wear like weird masks. She's cold as ice. Got a neat sword. I'm gonna assume gacha game character, because usually if they have like weapons, they're from a gacha of sorts. Hololive. Okay. So there's a way you can look up the exact character names and what series they're from through a database. I tend to go to that database after I pull open these packs to see who these characters actually are. I might go check this chick out. In fact, any of the Hololive streamers that I've seen that I like, I might check them out. And maybe, just maybe, they haven't retired yet. I mean, this is a relatively recent set, so I could be lucky. Dupe. 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 And, generic schoolgirl with not quite pigtails. She's got something in the background. I almost think it's like an Evangelion mech. Maybe she's from Gundam. I don't watch mech anime. I don't like mech anime. Eva, so Evangelion. So I watched a little bit of Evangelion, like the first 9 episodes, and then because Blockbuster was a very terrible service in terms of their shipping, I watched the last 3 episodes next, and then I stopped caring about Evangelion. And I don't know who this lolly is. She's got a halo, so pretty sure it's Blue Archive. Very cutesy outfit. You can tell she's got the little school backpack on her with angel wings, as deserves a lolly, I suppose. Neat artwork. Oh, Nishi Sanji. So, Nishi Sanji, I guess, has a few lolly characters. Also, I want to check. This card looks particularly thick. And if I compare it to a rare card, or R card, I guess it's just the feel. Maybe the foiling on it makes it feel a little bit thicker. I don't usually notice that on Goddess Story cards. Some of the other quote-unquote premium packs have like really thick cards so that you can definitely tell when they're thicker. Typically the higher rarities have like a super high thickness to them. But I usually see it's fairly consistent on Goddess Story. Alright, and my new card for this pack is a Witch of sorts. So I like magic-y based characters. I like witches, wizards, sorcerers. Typically when I do role-playing games, that's what I want to play. Fate Grand Order, so she's a caster type. I honestly have no idea who she is, though. The blue book pages look cool. There's not enough books out there that do, like, gold leaf trim or blue leaf trim on them. And usually they're collector's edition books. But that'd be kind of neat, having a grimoire with, like, fancy colored pages on it. So, yeah, not a bad pull. And then for the last pack, alright, so dupe of that character, duplicate, dupe, and some pink-haired chick that I don't know the name of. I should be more excited having an SSR as the last card in a pack, but all I see out of her is she's got like ice cream and a musical note. I don't even know if she's a virtual singer. So is that supposed to be a Vocaloid, or is this a VTuber that does exclusively singing? I don't know. I guess she kind of looks like Mori. But if that is Mori, I kind of feel like she should have more of her traditional clothing or her traditional scythe. But I do know Mori likes to do some weird stuff. I also think the hair's too short for Mori. Alright. But that is it for that box. Overall, I kind of liked it. It does have quite a few duds in the pack, but that's pretty typical for the Goddess Story, especially the 1 wand boxes. You get a lot of crappy cards, a lot of Love Live. Not much I can do on it. I keep buying it anyway because these are cheap. These 1 wand boxes typically cost me like 11 to 12 bucks before shipping. So it's really easy to want to just buy like 3 or 4 of them and go from there. At some point I'll buy a second copy of this box and go through that for more SRs, SSRs, but for now, that's it on this one. I will see you all next time.